right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
I could not believe what it said.
Is it dirty talk from Elmo? Could this fun-loving character have a foul mouth? You be the judge tonight at 10:30. But right off the top, the Fox 5 weather alert. It's first at 10. And good evening. I'm Ernie Anastas.
I'm Derry Alexander. Rain and snow moving into our area tonight.
And the morning commute doesn't look too good.
Let's go right to New York Weather Authority Nick Gregory inside Weather Control with the very latest. Nick.
Well, we're watching the colder air tumble in here. And again, after earlier this afternoon, Ernie and Derry, where temperatures were in the low 50s, it's hard to believe we will be talking about some snow in the air, but that's the situation. 40s were the highs up in the Hudson Valley, mid-50s down the Jersey Shore. Now look at how much it's cooled down. 32 Poughkeepsie, 37 at Bridgeport. We've got 37 in Midtown, 39 as you get down into Belmar, 33 into Sussex, New Jersey. Now, we do have winter weather advisories. This is basically from now in through tomorrow across northwest Jersey, Middlesex County, and down to Monmouth County, and then winter storm watches are South Ocean County towards southern New Jersey. But notice nothing yet for the city. That's likely to change, if not later tonight, certainly as we head on into tomorrow. Now, radar and satellite showing a little small wedge of precipitation. This is very, very light. In fact, as we look at the bigger view, not a lot will be happening overnight. Just a little light rain or a little light snow, and still those temperatures above freezing. I don't think a lot will stick to the roads overnight, but eventually more and more will be moving up with a developing storm off the eastern seaboard, and with that northeast north wind tomorrow, that will lock in the cold air here. In fact, watch as we check out the future cast. You can time out with me how this will all unfold. Again, light precipitation in the morning, generally changing over to the form of snow. The worst of this is tomorrow afternoon, really late tomorrow afternoon, on into the first part of tomorrow night, and then as we move on into Wednesday, it will just be cold as we talk about temperatures not getting out of the 20s. It looks like a general 2 to 4 inch snowfall. We'll pinpoint this a little bit better, and I'll time out the whole forecast for you and show you where those temperatures are headed to a little later on in the newscast. Ernie and Derry?
All right, thank you very much, Nick. There is a development tonight. Word that thousands of teaching jobs in the city could be spared by the federal government's stimulus package.
But critics say it should not come as a surprise, and they're blasting the mayor for the way he handled the budget announcement last week.
Our chief political correspondent, Dick Brennan, is live at City Hall with some exclusive reaction on this story tonight. Dick.
Yeah, we're talking about $1.8 billion targeted towards city education. Now, the mayor's office says they couldn't have put it in the budget because it wasn't guaranteed, but critics are furious. They say the mayor's tactics have been wrong from the start.
I don't mind when the mayor plays hardball with me. I do mind when the mayor plays hardball with kids and 14,000 new teachers.
Teachers Union President Randy Weingarten is reacting to news that the new federal stimulus could save thousands of teacher jobs, something she certainly had knowledge of last week.
Of course we did. This is one of the reasons why I am so angry about using direct service cuts to children as a pawn in the budget process.
Senator Chuck Schumer says the proposed stimulus plan as it is today would direct some $1.8 billion toward New York City education, sparing massive teacher layoffs.
I think there is going to be significant federal aid that would prevent the kind of large cuts that are being proposed in education.
But Bloomberg said he had to base his budget on state education cuts put forth by Governor Patterson.
His proposal cuts education. I think that is wrong. I pointed out in our budget what would happen if that cut went through.
I think the mayor's budget was designed to send a message to Albany that the stimulus money had to get to New York City.
Weingarten says they're only about halfway there to getting all the needed money, and now's the time to work together.
It's not there yet, and that's where the mayor is right. It's not there yet, but we have to work together to make it happen.
Weingarten is heading to Albany tomorrow. She hopes to meet with state leaders. In fact, they are scheduled to meet with state leaders. And at that point, she hopes to make her case for more money for education. Derry, back to you.
Dick, thank you. And if you thought Mayor Bloomberg's doomsday budget was grim, take a look at Nassau counties. Now, the county executive ready to take drastic measures to tackle a $150 million budget shortfall. He's proposing shutting county government for 26 days, cutting 250 police officers, laying off some non-union employees, or 7% pay cut across the board for county employees. Not popular, though, with union leaders.
I think if he does this, it'll be shameful if he tries to pit the taxpayer against the county worker.
We have one of the lowest crime rates in the nation, and if you lay off 250 police officers, there will be an increase in crime eventually.
Senator Schumer is proposing $100 million in help for Nassau and Suffolk should Congress pass that stimulus plan. And coming up tomorrow morning on Good Day New York, County Executive Tom Suozzi joins us live to discuss his options for balancing the Nassau County budget and why the situation has gotten so dire. Ernie.
Well, tonight, Tom Daschle is fighting to save his nomination for health secretary. He has apologized repeatedly for failing to pay more than $120,000 in taxes. President Obama says that he is behind his nominee, but acknowledges the oversight is a very serious matter. Daschle says that he has corrected the problem and paid the taxes in full with interest.
It was completely inadvertent. But that's no excuse. And I deeply apologize to President Obama, to my colleagues, and to the American people.
Now, some senators, especially Republicans, are not happy about the Daschle revelations. Just last week, the Senate confirmed Tim Geithner as Treasury Secretary despite his tax problems. Gary?
All right, Ernie, now to a Fox 5 exclusive. Imagine having your home wrongly raided by police and then imagine having it happen again.
Well, that's exactly what happened to one family in the Bronx.
Fox 5's Tiwa Chang with the story you won't see anywhere else.
They use the battery RAM. We see, my wife and me, we see that the V2 they use it for break the door.
57-year-old Angel Vasquez never had trouble with the police until January 11, 2006. That's when he says 6 plainclothes police officers with bulletproof vests, guns, and a battering ram began smashing his apartment door as he sat down to dinner. He says they told him they were from the 4-6 precinct and proceeded to tear up his home looking for guns and cash in his drug-infested neighborhood. Bewildered, the former journalist, who now works as a handyman, says his wife Usubia was then mistreated. She was recovering from breast cancer surgery and was naked from the waist up in the bedroom.
Nothing over here, no cover. They take it, my wife. Move.
The 5 white men and 1 Latino allegedly made her sit on the couch in the living room before letting her cover up. After they found nothing, they apologized and left. When Mr. Vasquez went to the 4-6 precinct to complain, he says he recognized 2 of the raiders.
They look at me, they ran to the other room.
He tried to press charges but says police would not let him, only allowing him to file a complaint about a break-in. But Mr. and Mrs. Vasquez's problems with the police, they say, did not end there. In April of the same year, they say there was a second police raid, this time with uniformed officers. That raid was in 1:48 in the morning. The Vasquezes say a woman claimed Mrs. Vasquez owed her money, but when she saw Mrs. Vasquez, she said it was the wrong woman. Mrs. Vasquez says she feels nervous and afraid someone will burst into her home again. Police did not discuss the second raid and denied Mr. Vasquez's allegations about the first raid. Quote, this was a police impersonation case in which the complainant refused to cooperate further with the police. He stated that he did not notice anything missing from his home. There was no allegation of injury, dragging the female naked or otherwise, and the door being battered in. Police say a detective from the precinct called Mr. Vasquez, but he refused to talk on the phone, so the case was closed. We obtained a copy of the complaint. Besides several errors on the date and the address, it also states Mr. Vasquez was willing to view photos and prosecute. He said he did refuse to talk to a detective on the telephone, afraid it was one of the raiders, but no detective ever came to interview him as he requested. Mr. Vasquez has moved, but one of his former neighbors, not a friend of his, says police did raid apartment 5A when Mr. Vasquez lived there in 2006.
Were they in uniform or not?
The first time, no, they weren't in uniform. They never said that they were the cops. They said that they were the cops after when they left, when they were leaving. They said that they were the cops. The second time that I can remember, they came and they were wearing uniform.
City Councilman Peter Vallone, who heads the Public Safety Committee, wants police to reopen this investigation.
With 2 executions in the law-abiding citizen's home, this is an investigation that needs to be reopened and done correctly from the beginning.
The Vasquezes have been unsuccessfully trying to sue the city since 2006. In the Fordham section of the Bronx, Tiwa Chang, Fox 5 News.
Well, the NYPD is denying its officers did anything wrong during a raid on a Staten Island bar. The video of the incident has become hugely popular on YouTube. It appears to show officers breaking gambling machines there and shoving money into their pockets. The raid, by the way, was back in November of 2007 at Beer Goggles in Stapleton. Now, this video came to light during a corruption investigation back in 2007. Cops who conducted the raid told superiors they confiscated $700 in cash and arrested 3 bar workers. The NYPD is telling Fox 5 tonight that all of the money has been accounted for. Ernie.
As it's been reported, a flock of birds has been blamed for the crash of Flight 1549, and tonight, the Airline Pilots Association is calling for some quick action from the government.
They say the FAA is moving too slow in developing a bird-detecting radar system.
Fox 5's Lisa Evers has more.
The Airline Pilots Association says bird strikes are one of their top safety concerns, especially after they brought down Flight 1549. But the FAA says effective radar is a long way off.
1549 was the first time that any aircraft was actually brought down.
The miraculous landing of the Airbus 320 on the Hudson last month drew attention to the danger of bird strikes after they apparently shut down both of the plane's engines. Retired Eastern Airlines captain J.P. Tristani says pilots learned to deal with them.
Birds are a problem. The problem lies in, are they so serious that radical action has to be taken?
The Airline Pilots Association says it's time for radar detection equipment to help pilots avoid flocks of birds. Collisions between birds and planes usually happen at the most critical times, on takeoff and landing. But Tristani says it may be easier said than done.
Migratory birds, we have nesting birds. They've been around for, I guess, thousands of years. I'm not that old. But they don't look down and say, look, they built an airport here. Let's not go from A to B.
It's been 10 years since the NTSB recommended improvements in bird detection radar. Trial runs are underway, but the pilots say it's taking too long.
There have been things being done. They have screech alerts at the airports trying to frighten the birds. They have people shooting off guns. They have different types of electronic devices they're experimenting with. But nothing is being brought to fruition.
Tristani says he understands why all the focus is on bird strikes now, but he thinks the FAA has much more serious problems to solve, like outdated technology for air traffic controllers. In Paramus, Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News.
And Captain Chesley Sullenberger is speaking out tonight about that heroic day. He told ESPN that during the splash landing, he felt a mix of, quote, calm on the outside and turmoil inside. Sully says it was very quiet as he and his co-pilot worked to land on the Hudson River, and that the stillness of the engines was shocking. He also says that he and his wife have cried over the near disaster. Derek.
Unbelievable. Well, a lot more news, weather, and sports ahead.
When we come back, a deadly stampede at a local Walmart. The new interview from the family of the victim.
And a warning for anybody who likes to eat pancakes, the hidden hazard you may not be aware of. Once again, and here's Nikki.
All right, we're going to look at Fox 5 Sky Garden, getting ready to track the snow that'll be moving in. Not much going on now, some light snow, even some sleet mixing in here, not quite reaching the ground, but it will turn out to be a messy Tuesday. Find out about that coming up.
A worldwide scam attacking ATM machines.
We've never seen one on this scale.
Fox 5 exposes how thieves drained $9 million from customers. Coming up.
Well, she lost her son during a stampede at a local Walmart on Black Friday.
And tonight she is speaking out for the first time.
Fox 5's Mike Sheehan with the interview.
And at the call, he died. Died! Oh, no.
Heartbroken over her only son's senseless death, Marie Telesmond, who does not want her face shown, finally has the courage to speak out.
Until my son died, I never sleep by 2 months. No sleep for me. Cry all day. My family, same thing.
Dimitri Damore, known as Jimmy, was working as a temporary maintenance man at the Valley Stream Walmart store on Black Friday. That's the day after Thanksgiving. At about 5 a.m., the 34-year-old aspiring teacher was assigned with others to open the front doors to throngs of shoppers hoping to score a bargain. As hundreds of people rushed inside, Damore was trampled to death.
How it is that a temporary maintenance worker gets put in that spot, I'm not entirely sure, but these are the kind of things we're looking at with regard to how this happened.
Mrs. Telesmond, alone in the world now, wants to know how her son could possibly die in a stampede. On her behalf, her attorneys will be filing lawsuits against Walmart, the mall, the security company, and the Nassau County Police Department.
I don't have nobody. Only my son. Anything, my son. Everything, my son. Who carry me in the restaurant eat? Terrible for me. Terrible.
The attorneys have a 90-day deadline, which takes them to the end of this month, in which to file their claims. And meanwhile, the federal agency OSHA and the Nassau County District Attorney's Office continue their investigation into the events surrounding Damour's death. From Lower Manhattan, Mike Sheehan, Fox 5 News.
All right, now to a Fox 5 investigation exposing a worldwide ATM scam that swindled $9 million and possibly jeopardized sensitive information from people all around the world.
And law enforcement sources tell us it is one of the most frightening and well-coordinated heists they have ever seen.
Here's Fox 5's John Dutzman.
You're looking at security video obtained by Fox 5 of a small piece of a huge scam that took place all in one day in a matter of hours. According to the FBI, ATMs from 49 cities were hit, including Atlanta, Chicago, New York, Montreal, Moscow, and Hong Kong. This is FBI agent Ross Rice.
We've seen similar attempts to defraud a bank through ATM machines, but not anywhere near the scale that we have here.
These are believed to be suspected cashers, low-level players in a scheme devised from a mastermind, a dangerous computer hacker or hacking ring they fear could strike again. Here's how it all came down, according to information we obtained from the FBI and law enforcement sources. The computer system for a company called RBS WorldPay was hacked. One service the company provides is the ability for employers to pay employees with money going directly to a card called a payroll card, a lot like a debit card that can be used in any ATM machine. The hacker was able to infiltrate the supposedly secure system and steal the information necessary to duplicate or clone people's ATM cards.
We've never seen one this well coordinated.
Then, shortly after midnight Eastern Time on November 8th, the FBI believes that dozens of the so-called cashers were used in a coordinated attack of ATM machines around the world.
Over 130 ATM machines in 49 different cities worldwide were accessed within a 30-minute period on November 8th. So you can get an idea of the number of people that were involved in this and the scope of the operation.
Now, here's the amazing part. With these cashers ready to do their dirty work around the world, the hackers somehow had the ability to lift those limits we all have on our ATM cards. For example, I'm only allowed to take out $500 a day, but the cashers were able to go in, take money out again and again and again. The total ripped off, $9 million.
The RBS website says that cardholders will not be responsible for any unauthorized transactions, but there is fear that the hackers might have had access to sensitive information used in identity theft. We're talking about 1.5 million customers being affected. Some of them had their social security numbers jeopardized.
The number of machines that were accessed, the number of cities that were targeted, and the number of people that had to be involved in this is quite significant.
Investigators are hoping a break in the case may come from one of the cashers. The theory is they probably were recruited, paid a small fee to be soldiers in the scam, and might be likely to rat out the people who hired them.
There are millions of people out there these days with these payroll cards, and RBS says they have sent out letters to anyone who might have been affected. They are also offering 1-year credit protection for anyone whose Social Security number may have been jeopardized by this scam. However, the good news is it doesn't look like any identity theft has occurred yet. I'm John Dutzman, Fox 5 News.
Well, so far, the FBI has no suspects and has made no arrests in this scam. An attorney in Atlanta has filed a class action lawsuit against RBS WorldPay for allegedly failing to protect personal information. Now, RBS WorldPay tells Fox 5 that they have hired a security firm to try to figure out exactly what happened and to prevent it from happening again. For more information about this heist, you should go to our website. That's myfoxny.com. Ernie.
All right, get ready now because we have some rain and snow moving into the area. Storm watch.
Oh, let's check in with New York Weather Authority Nick Gregory for a look at the latest conditions right now. Nikki.
So far, it's just cloudy, Ernie and Derek, but we have had a 16-degree temperature drop from the high of the day. It's now 37 in Midtown. You can thank that north wind that'll continue to bring the cold air in overnight. So it's light rain, briefly, a little sleet, and then eventually just a little spotty light snow. Not a lot will happen overnight as we drop down to 34 in the city, 20s in some suburbs, but those falling temperatures, again, coming from the cold air off to the north, that rain eventually does go to snow, and then here comes another bitter blast Look at those single digits in the northern plain states. I'll tell you when that gets here coming up.
All right, thank you very much. Indeed, next at 10.
Ernie, did you hear that?
I don't know what's going on.
Just keep saying it. Did you hear that? It was dirty talk from a toy featuring Elmo. Coming up, hear it again and judge for yourself over and over again. But first, here's Neil.
The salmonella scare is spreading as more PETA products are yanked from store shelves. The Your World Business Report coming up.
Fox 5 News brought to you by the New York State Smokers Quit Line.
Okay, you can usually tell when food's gone bad in the refrigerator, but what about food in your kitchen cabinets?
We have a warning tonight about pancakes mix that could go bad without you even knowing it.
Dr. Sapna Parikh has more.
I'm really freaked about this. My 2-year-old does eat pancakes.
It's disgusting. I didn't know that.
What caused this reaction from these moms? They just learned about a danger that could be in their pantries: mold growing in outdated pancake mix.
That's pretty scary. Make you start definitely checking what you have.
If any moisture gets inside the box, it can grow mold in the mix. One published medical case report describes a 19-year-old man with a mold allergy. He ate pancakes made from a mix that had been sitting in his pantry for 2 years. Shortly after finishing the pancakes, he had shortness of breath. He was taken to the hospital and died from the reaction.
If you have an allergy to mold and you eat bad pancake mix that has mold in it, it's that allergy to mold that could cause this reaction that could cause somebody to die.
When the pancake mix the 19-year-old ate was analyzed, 4 toxic molds were discovered.
If the pancake mix is in like a cardboard box or something that moisture can get through, it's more likely to have mold growing in it.
Keep moisture out and check for an expiration date, a warning these moms say they will take seriously.
If I know I've bought pancakes in the past and haven't used them in a while, I think I'll think twice before using them and probably just throw them out.
Dr. Sapna Parikh, Fox 5 News.
Well, next at 10.
The Elmo controversy you and your friends will be talking about in the morning. This is the toy you have to see and hear. Now, here's Tony.
Familiar Fox faces are making the history books and kicking off Black History Month. We've got that story coming up.
And Tony, we've got a developing storm coming off the eastern seaboard. It's going to be a close call for us getting slammed with a nor'easter. That's not going to happen, but we're still going to be seeing an accumulating snow, and it's getting a lot colder, too.
All right, thank you, Nick. And on that note, a live look outside. Pretty sight right now. We just heard the rain and the snow will be moving in clear right now, but it's coming in.
And you are watching the #1 news at 10, Fox 5 News. Ernie and I will be right back.
This is Fox 5 News, the most powerful name in local news.
A potty-mouthed toy, it's what's happening at 10:30. I'm Derry Alexander.
And I'm Ernie Ganassis. The toy, well, this is an Elmo record and play phone center.
And tonight, this toy is raising lots of eyebrows. Here's Fox 5's Catherine Craig.
How are you doing?
Not so good. We heard Elmo's a potty mouth.
I could not believe what it said. And immediately I'm like yelling at my wife, honey, come here, you gotta hear this thing.
Ed Harrisburg says Elmo is supposed to be counting 4, 5, 6. To a lot of people, though, it sounds like Elmo's asking, who wants to have sex?
4, 5, 6.
Lisa and Ed Harrisburg in Oakland, New Jersey tell us their 1.5-year-old twins, Samantha and Matthew, recently received the Elmo World Record and Play Phone Center as a gift, but now they have a warning.
I don't want other children to be exposed to this.
The Harrisburgs set out to find the same play phone, but found it was sold out in several stores. After searching for the same exact toy like this, the Harrisburgs finally found one. This one. Just take a guess what this one says.
4, 5, 6.
At first it sounded like, it was saying 4, 5, 6. After you play it a couple times, it does sound like the other saying, which I won't repeat.
4, 5, 6.
Maybe we were hearing things. We checked with other consumers.
4, 5, 6.
Oh, yeah. I could see the issue.
4, 5, 6.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds a lot clearer this time around. It does sound like let's have sex versus 4, 5, 6.
Another person thought differently.
4, 5, 6. Hi there, it's your old.
Does that sound bad to you?
How are you?
I heard 4, 5, 6.
The Harrisburgs say the toy given to them always talks dirty. Fisher Price, which makes the phone, told the couple to mail it to the company and they'll be given a voucher for another toy. A spokeswoman told me the company's received only 2 complaints since the product launched last year. In a statement, Fisher Price says, "We carefully write, review, and record songs and lyrics for our toys to ensure they are suitable for children." When Ed asked a supervisor over the phone if she wanted to hear the recording and the toy they were given,
They said, no, we don't need to. That kind of struck me as odd.
thank goodness Samantha and Matthew have other toys to play with because their parents are saying goodbye to this one.
Nice talking to you.
In Oakland, New Jersey, Catherine Craig, Fox 5 News.
Bye.
Happy Groundhog Day. You know what that means? Staten Island Chuck was rousted from his home to make his annual prediction on how long our winter will be. And it was a brave Mayor Bloomberg who held up the feisty Chuck, who did not see his shadow. So that means an early spring. But it turns out Chuck bit the hand that feeds him. Mayor Bloomberg was treated for a nip on his fingertip.
Hear it for the seer of seers, Punxsutawney Phil.
And the world's most famous groundhog disagrees, though, with Chucky from Staten Island. Punxsutawney Phil was pulled out of his hole just after dawn this morning to the delight of 13,000 cheering fans, many of them still celebrating the Steelers Super Bowl victory. But not many cheered when Phil saw his shadow and predicted 6 more weeks of winter.
But now what we have to do is ask Nick if he has seen his shadow. Let's find out.
I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
Gosh.
Wow.
There it is.
Oh, no,
Come on,
that means
come on.
10 more months
Come on, little
of
shadow
winter.
boxing. Put him up.
Go for it, Nick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I got him.
Hey.
Nicely done.
Nice.
All right.
What does it mean, Nick?
It means absolutely nothing, except that we're going to have 6 more weeks of weather to tell you about here. And one of those things we're going to be telling you about, of course, is the snow in the forecast. And you're probably, again, scratching your head saying, well, wait a minute now, it was in the 50s earlier in the day. How can it be snowing? Well, we're having some dramatic changes that have already been taking place. You've been outside this evening. You know what I'm talking about. It has gotten colder. Let's check out on Fox 5 Sky Guardian 3D. Not much happening. We are seeing some snow overhead. It's evaporating before hitting the ground here. Even, again, a little bit of rain probably at the start here, but not a lot. Again, this is very light precipitation. Not a lot of this will happen overnight. We'll be watching a developing storm here in the southern states. This is a close call. It's going to become a big storm as it moves southeast of Cape Cod. We won't get the direct impact from that, but there'll be sort of a little trough lagging behind that storm, and little bands of moisture will wrap around the backside of the storm. That's what's going to give us our snow, mostly tomorrow, later afternoon into tomorrow night. All right, let's check out New York City today. Well, we did manage to get to 53. I hope you enjoyed it. 37 the low. That's our current temperature. We got a long way to go down over the next couple of days, too, again. -3 the record low, 59 the record high. Now it's cloudy, 37. North wind bringing in the cold air. There goes the pressure falling as our weather starts to deteriorate overnight. 32 up the Hudson by Poughkeepsie, 34 in Sussex, 38 Newark, 37 Islip for current temperatures here. And as we go around the neighborhoods, let's find in what's going on across northwest New Jersey. The clouds thickening there. Hamburg, 34. Yeah, there we go. Little flurries coming in. From the Ridgewood area now, reporting 37 degrees. So we have winter weather advisories. They're really now for northwest and central New Jersey into tomorrow. Nothing yet for the city or Long Island and points north, but that will likely change, I think, as we go through the overnight period. Again, that moisture sliding in from the west, very light. Not a lot will happen overnight. May make the roads a little slick by morning, but certainly the colder air filtering down from the north. Albany now at 32. We'll watch that storm slide off the eastern seaboard. And again, the north wind will be in here tomorrow, so that brings us the colder air and this little wedge of moisture coming in behind it. In fact, as you look at the futurecast with me, you'll see what I mean. As we go through the night into tomorrow, that snow really gets going really tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. Breezy weather as well. Then the snow will kind of taper off. Some flurries on Wednesday. A cold day, though, as temperatures really struggle to get out of the 20s on Wednesday. So by Tuesday night, again, we're looking at a general 2 to 4 inches across the area. Now, a couple of bands will set up. Maybe there'll be an isolated 5-inch amount in some places, but 2 to 4 probably the good number here. So a little light rain, then generally sleet to snow. Very light precipitation, 34 in town, 20 suburbs. Tomorrow, periods of snow. The worst in the afternoon into tomorrow night. as temperatures fall into the upper 20s by late in the day. Then a blustery Wednesday, a few flurries, no higher than 28. Cold on Thursday, 13 in the morning, 28 in the afternoon, but nice recovery into the 40s already by this weekend, Ernie and Derry, even 53 by Sunday and Monday. Go to myfoxny.com. You can track the snow coming your way right at home.
One rough day tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be a little ugly, especially later in the day.
Great, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. Well, the slumping economy hitting one of the nation's biggest retailers hard. The big announcement Macy's made today coming up.
And more fallout after Olympian Michael Phelps is caught smoking pot. And what we're hearing tonight coming up.
The Weather Report is brought to you by MiamiExpressions.com.
The tainted peanut butter scandal grows.
And a record breaker at the box office.
Neil Cavuto has details in your World Business Report.
Stocks grounded on Groundhog Day. The Dow dropping 64 points, the Nasdaq and S&P finishing mixed. Macy's laying off another 7,000 workers, 4% of its workforce. Macy's cutting jobs because people are cutting back on shopping. Consumer spending dropped for the 6th straight month of December, and that is a record. But people earning more and saving more last year. And the peanut butter recall is spreading. Kellogg now yanking more Keebler cookies and Special K bars from store shelves. Kellogg saying that some of the products were produced at the very same plant being investigated as part of that salmonella outbreak. But the company stressing none of the tainted peanuts are used in this stuff. Hollywood breaking a record right out of the gate this year. A blockbuster January at the box office. People spending $1 billion on movie tickets last month. The first $1 billion January ever. That's business. I'm Neil Cavuto.
Kobe Bryant sets a new Garden record for points in a game. One of the best performances MSG has ever seen. Highlights when we come back.
Well, the budget axe has now hit one of the country's biggest retailers.
Shopping giant Macy's says it's laying off 7,000 workers.
Fox 5's Giovanna Deerpick has reaction to this latest round of bad economic news.
For shoppers, the good news is that there will be no extra store closures other than the ones previously announced about a month ago. But to trim $400 million in expenses annually beginning in 2010, thousands of jobs will be eliminated or consolidated. There's only one reason to shop for Deborah Elliott.
Everything on clearance.
Is that the only reason?
That's the only reason why.
Macy's, the store with the slogan this season, "A million reasons to believe," now has found enough financial reasons to cut 7,000 jobs.
It's sad. 7,000 is a lot of people. I don't know what they're going to do.
As a New York City Department of Education employee, even Elliott's not sure her job as a teacher's aide is safe, so she's being careful about what she buys. But citing the current economic climate and lower expected sales this year, Macy's decided it had to lay off 4% of its workforce. Nearly 3,000 job losses are expected in San Francisco, Atlanta, and Miami. But workers at the store's flagship store in Herald Square are expected to be okay.
Consumers can no longer borrow as much on the credit cards. They're seeing the value of their homes drop, and they're worried about their jobs. So they're just not spending as much.
And forget about wants.
So I got to save money, got no choice.
Macy's says, quote, other than the previously announced closure of 11 Macy's stores, all current Macy's store locations will remain in place, as will Macy's.com.
Today I heard that it was the biggest store in New York, so that's why I came here.
But even the legendary store is realizing the magic is sometimes not enough to save jobs company-wide. Now, the store spokesperson did not get back to us about our specific questions about layoffs in New York and New Jersey. But according to the press release, there might actually be a slight increase in the number of jobs in New York and headquarters in Cincinnati. From Macy's Herald Square, Giovanna Deerpick, Fox 5 News.
Sky Fox HD was over a messy situation in New Jersey. Take a look at what happened to this car in Edison. For some reason, the driver went out of control and smashed right into the front window of a home. Now, the driver was treated for injuries. No word if anyone was inside that house at the time.
All right, there's a battle going on right now to stay in their homes. It's being fought by a group of Woodbridge residents this evening.
As Megan Vega reports, the dispute is a result of the township cracking down on zoning laws.
Some say home is where you hang your hat, but when you have no place to put a hook, what are you supposed to do? Well, just recently, some Woodbridge residents found out that they are being evicted, all because of a zoning issue.
We were upset because we were planning, where should we go? In the car. That's where we're planning to go.
You're planning to live in the car?
There's nothing we can do right now.
Home Sweet Home may soon be on the street. 7 families who live in these furnished apartments along Route 1 in Woodbridge are being told they must get out.
The economy is bad, everything is down, so what else can we do?
The problem, according to court papers, is that the property is not in a residential zone. And so tenants like Hewlett Smith and Howard Applebaum must vacate by April 1st.
You know, time is running out, and all of us are a very tight-knit group. We are very quiet, peaceful. There's been no problems with the law or anything else like that.
The tenants tell me that they are not angry with their landlord, who they say is a good guy. They tell me instead that they are angry at their town, Woodbridge. For years, there has not been a problem, and now they say out of the blue, it has been determined that the apartments, their homes, are violating township zoning codes. We reached out to the mayor, but the township offices were closed. The town of Woodbridge did send these letters to tenants, offering their help in finding a new suitable place to live. By law, the tenants are entitled to assistance because of the zoning issue. But both Smith and Applebaum say they do not want to leave their homes and will fight to stay.
All of us coming like we're family now. We look out for one another. So it's hard like to really split from them, and it's very difficult.
Through his tenants, the landlord tells us that he will fight to keep his apartment complex. In Woodbridge, New Jersey, I'm Megan Vega, Fox 5 News.
Well, it doesn't appear that swimming phenom Michael Phelps has taken a hit from sponsors after a photo surfaced of him inhaling from a marijuana pipe. Now, several of the sponsors have accepted his public apology. Some companies haven't said either way yet. Experts say that because of the uniqueness of winning 8 gold medals, some sponsors will forgive the star and keep him as their spokesperson.
All right, Duke is here.
Yeah, the Knicks, right?
The Knicks and Kobe Bryant.
And Kobe Bryant?
I mean, this was amazing. Wait till you guys see this.
Okay, let's check it out.
Knicks and Lakers at the Garden tonight, and Kobe Bryant was simply Jordan-esque. I know that sounds sacrilegious, but he was, and then some. Pick things up second quarter. Kobe with a monster slam. And the Lakers take a 49-42 lead. Minutes later, it's Kobe again. This time, he gets the breakaway slam, and the Lakers extend the lead 59-47. Kobe had 34 at the half. Then in the third, the Knicks have a nice run. Al Harrington with a jumper cuts the lead to just 2, 67-65. Former Knick Trevor Ariza, you remember this guy, off the rebound, the circus slam. Lakers up 102-89. But the night belonged to Kobe. He scored 61 points, most ever by a player at the Garden. And the fans gave him a big round of applause. Lakers beat the Knicks 126-117, one of the best athletic performances I've ever seen. In baseball news, he's back. Alvaro Perez and the Mets have agreed to terms on a 3-year deal worth about $36 million. Well, everyone's still buzzing about last night's Super Bowl. It had a bit of everything, including a great ending, and this one play will be replayed for years and years to come. Santonio Holmes with the amazing body control. How he caught that ball and got both feet in is just unbelievable. And after the game, Hydens Ward, his teammate, had some advice for the MVP.
He just told me, just stay humble. The things are going to come for me. Just be ready to represent, my family, this team, and this whole organization. And, I'm really excited, about getting back to Pittsburgh for this parade, so that we can definitely enjoy it all together.
I didn't know if his feet was in. I couldn't really see it when he caught it. I thought it might have been out of bounds, but, what a great play by Tone. He's been doing it all season, and, big-time players make big plays.
As for the Cards, they arrived home today, obviously disappointed after coming oh so close. Now the question is, will their quarterback, Kurt Warner, be back for another year?
I don't know if I'm going to play next year. I haven't thought about that. I'm going to enjoy what we just accomplished as a football team. I'm going to enjoy this great game that we just played in, and I'm going to take some time away from the game, and then I'll make that decision.
All right, tonight on MyFoxLocker.com, we feature the Dobbs Ferry track team, and we congratulate them. They had a great meet this past weekend, and they're now getting ready for their final meet on Sunday. Good luck. It's MyFoxLocker.com, everything you want to know about high school sports. Well, when you make a great catch like Santonio Holmes just did, you not only get named the MVP, you get to hang out with Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. Quack, quack. And here's the best part. You get paid a boatload of money to do it, and I'm sure your kids are really, really happy.
Yeah. Even Springsteen said he was
Amazing.
going there last night, right? Going to Disney World.
All right, I just have to give a little shout out to my family friend, Brian Yasko. They pulled it out, Brian. The Steelers, it was close.
Okay.
But they did it, Brian, and I'm proud of all of us.
There you go. Well, it was a good game. Everybody was
Great
watching. I was glued to that TV set last night.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
You really didn't know.
Thank you, Dookie.
Great game.
Stay with us right now.
Nick will have your wake-up weather next.
This traffic tracker is brought to you by Acura and your Acura dealer.
I'm Inez Rosales with the Acura Traffic Tracker. Construction on the Van Wyck southbound at the LIE will have one lane closed from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. all week long. Alternate side, that is in effect tomorrow. Tune into Good Day New York starting at 4:55 a.m. for all your traffic updates.
Well, February is Black History Month, and McDonald's is honoring dozens of our esteemed colleagues in the media.
And among them, some near and dear to us here at Fox 5 and also at My 9.
Tony Senecal checked out the ceremonies at Tavern on the Green.
Tavern on the Green was full of familiar faces as McDonald's celebrated the faces of Black history.
Come on, let's celebrate. Hope, love, come along with me.
Oh, he made the purchase of these new shoes so worth it.
As a kickoff to Black History Month, Brenda Blackman, a 2007 honoree, served as MC to celebrate the achievements and talent of Black media legends.
By the way, you guys are all so chipper. I'm still trying to stay awake. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. I want a little credit.
Good Day New York's very own Mike Woods was honored.
Did you say 1968 was when I started? I have a line for that, but I'll tell you off camera.
And the original host of Good Day and My 9 reporter Marion Etoile Watson, a 2008 honoree, helped out by presenting the prestigious awards. The 2009 honorees have impacted the Black community through their achievements and positive examples, like My 9's Mike Gilliam.
Wow. I got to say, it's truly an honor to be here with all of you who have done such excellent work over the years.
6 years strong, Faces of Black History was created to celebrate and honor leaders in the Black community, from Martin Luther King Jr. to Rosa Parks to our modern-day heroes. To all my friends and colleagues, job well done and well-deserved. On the Upper West Side, Tony Senecal, Fox 5 News.
Congrats to all of them. We're very proud, aren't we?
Absolutely.
All right, wake up weather, Nico.
Wake up weather, well, a little bit of light rain in some spots, but probably at that point we'll be switching over to a little bit of light snow. It's not going to be, again, a real big accumulating snow at that point. Notice the temperatures, though, 20s to the lower 30s. It will likely increase in intensity as the day goes along, particularly in the afternoon and evening. By then, we'll be below freezing, so that's when it's going to stick to the roads. It's about a 2 to 4 inch snowfall for most of the area. Then it's blustery Wednesday with flurries, no higher than 28. Cold Thursday, morning low at 13, high 28 in the afternoon. But the weekend, we all love the weekend. You'll like it even more this time, because we'll be in the 40s to the low 50s by the time we get to
spring. We can handle it.
Absolutely. But of course, we'll be watching the storm. We'll give you the latest for you tomorrow morning.
Duke's got a shovel ready. He's going to shovel everybody out tomorrow, right? Take care of business, right?
No, hey, I jump in that cab. I'll be here a good day at 5
Oh,
o'clock.
he jumps in that cab. Listen to him.
I don't like shovels.
Thank you, Duke. Remember to wake up to Good Day New York starting at 4:55 a.m. That does it for all of us here. I'm Ernie Anastas.
I'm Derry Alexander. Thank you for watching.
Seinfeld's coming up next. Have a good day tomorrow and be careful.
You need to get a snowblower.
Duke, get that shovel out there.
Get the
right?
snowblower.